Watch until the end because you're about to witness Matlala refusing to answer questions about Steve Motsumi. And this is where things get very interesting. Motsumi has been linked in allegations surrounding the so-called Big Five cartel, but these are allegations that remain to be proven. Matlala's reluctance to speak about him is raising even more questions. Remember, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi previously made serious claims about how sensitive Motsumi's name is, including allegations that media houses were warned against mentioning him. So why was Matlala so reluctant to answer? Watch until the end to see exactly what happened. And subscribe so you don't miss what comes next.
Give me this information. Do you see it?
Yes, I do.
So what General Mkhwanazi says here, what he says here is in the context of the meeting, of the Pearls meeting. He says, that's when he gave me this information. The information is about Steve Motsumi. Steve Motsumi, it is a name that the 68 million people, excluding the independent podcasters, are the ones who have the guts to talk about. The rest of the media houses, it says mirror houses, but I think it meant to read media houses in South Africa, do not want to research that person. It's a name that has come out so many times, Steve Motsumi. He told me about Steve Motsumi. He gave me the address of the house of Steve Motsumi. He told me about the activities of Sibia, how Sibia is collecting money. He told me about the property of Sibia that I did not know. He gave me the address. He told me about the imbalances. I think there too, what was meant to be the imbalances is meant to be impalas. He bought for Sibia. This is all coming from Cat voluntarily. I do not have a clue about all these things. The properties in the townhouse, I think he meant the properties and the townhouse in, and then it says Sentinel, but I think that's meant to read Santon. Okay, did you follow that?
Yes, I did.
What discussion did you have with General Mkhwanazi about Mr. Motsumi?
Like I said before, Advocate, that this is something that we go into contest in court, so I'd rather not comment on this thing.
Okay, can I ask you this? Did you speak to General Mkhwanazi about Mr. Steve Motsumi? Just yes or no?
I was asked the question, yes.
I think his answer was, I was asked a question.
Yes.
Okay, let me clarify that answer. When you say you were asked a question, who asked you the question?
General Mkhwanazi.
What did General Mkhwanazi ask you?
We're talking about Mr. Steve Motsumi.
But what did he specifically ask you? Did he say to you, do you know this person, or what?
I don't have a way to explain it to you because I will end up disclosing as part of our defense strategy. So this is a crucial part of which I think it led to my arrest, like I explained before. So I do not want to comment further on this part.
I want to understand your objection to answering. Are you saying that if you don't, that if you answer the question, you will incriminate yourself?
No, not incriminate myself. I'm saying I will.
So what right are you relying on not to answer? And we just remember we've had the conversation about.
Yes, yeah. I still have to present my case in court, and then this is a very crucial part of how I want to present my case in court. So disclosing this part is, yes, it won't incriminate myself, but it will be beneficial for me because it will explain how things unfolded. So this is the reason why I'm saying I do not want to comment on it, not because it's going to incriminate me. Yes, it's not going to incriminate me.
It will not incriminate you. But then I think, Mr. Matlala, I have to ask you to answer the question. And the question to you was, your first answer to me was, yes, you spoke about Steve Motsumi. The second the second answer was that you spoke about it because you were asked about him, and that it was General Mkhwanazi that asked you. And then my question, which you now don't want to answer, is what was General Mkhwanazi's question to you about Steve Motsumi? Right?
Yes.
You've got that.
Yeah. Yes, Ms. Oh, are you done?
No, I see my learned friend wants to interject.
Yes.
Chairperson, at this stage, I think it's that moment where I need to address you on the issue of the client has made, let me start there. Mr. Matlala has made it clear to you that he does not wish to disclose defence strategy. In terms of the provisions of Section 35, an accused person has the right to challenge evidence in a court of law, and part of that challenge of evidence in a court of
To a cogent explanation by you, I do not understand the point you are making. So I do afford you a further opportunity perhaps to explain in the light of what I've just said.
Thank you, Chair. The first thing is there are no other names. The person who was just mentioned, it was only Mr. Motsumi and General Sibia. But he said people in Gauteng, but he didn't mention any names except the name of Mr. Motsumi and General Sibia. So I cannot give names that I don't know, except the name of Mr. Motsumi and General Sibia.
So so you did not give General Mkhwanazi any name?
No, no.
But your answer was, your response was in the positive. You said, yes, General Mkhwanazi does receive payments or collect money from people plural in Gauteng. Sibia, General Sibia. You've said that already in response to Ms. Hassim.
In plural.
So it's those names that I'm asking for.
No, I don't think, maybe you heard wrong. I never said in plural. The names that were mentioned, it was only Mr. Motsumi and General Sibi, only, right. Not in plural.
Oh, then I misunderstood.
Sure, but it still doesn't answer my question, which is, did Mr. Motsumi pay General Sibia?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, on your on that same paragraph, where General Mkhwanazi talks about Steve Motsumi, and you told him how Sibia is collecting money. So you're saying that you did not say this. You're therefore disputing what General Mkhwanazi said in this in Parliament, because what he is saying is that he told me about Steve Motsumi, gave me the address of Steve Motsumi, told me about the activities of Sibia, how Sibia is collecting money, etc. So now you're saying you don't know, but that contradicts what General Mkhwanazi says here, which is that you said how Sibia is collecting money. So it's one of two things. Either you don't know, and that stands, whether Mr. Motsumi is, but then it raises the chair's question again, which is that there's somebody else then who makes payments to General Sibia. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand, but
okay. No, go ahead.
If there is someone, then I wouldn't know. So the first thing is that I need to bring to attention is General Mkhwanazi himself already had information. So he was just asking me if I know about what he knows. So it's not like I went there because of my tendered complaints. So then he asked me about these things. So
when he says that you told him how Sibia is collecting money, that's not correct. You did not tell him that.
No, I said to you that for that I do not want to incriminate myself, and I do not want to comment on that.
Okay. So you're saying you don't know whether he received money from Mr. Motsumi. He received money from others, that you know, but you don't want to name them. That's your position.
Yes.
And I need to ask you then, because it's the same reasoning that applies to the question on Mr. Motsumi. Why would telling this commission who the other people are that pay Mr. Sibia would incriminate you? Why would that incriminate you?
Maybe when I'm saying incriminating, I'm using the wrong word.
Is that you don't want to incriminate other people, and that's the real reason why you don't want to answer that question.
Can I comment on that, Commissioner? You still don't take it that when I say the way I ended up being arrested, it has to do with my interactions with General Mkhwanazi.
I'm prepared to accept that. The question now is, who are the other people that were paying General Mkhwanazi money? Sorry, General Sibia. Or who did you tell General Mkhwanazi that other people are paying money to General Sibia? And that's the question you're refusing to answer. And you say, yes, there are, but I don't want to mention. And that's why I'm saying my takeaway from that is the issue is not you incriminating yourself. You've already admitted that to Commissioner Baloy. The issue seems to me is you don't want to criminate those people that you know are allegedly giving money to General Sibia. That's how I see it. And I don't speak for my co-commissioners. I'm speaking only for myself.
You are speaking for me, because that's exactly the point the last point I engaged Mr. Matlala on. I even said, this is only about you because the answer came from you, but otherwise it's not about you, it's about those other people. So whatever the right that you are asserting may be, simply does not make sense in this context. Ms. Mkhwanazi, let me give you an opportunity.
I'm trying to find a practical solution here for this issue, because I don't want us... In his evidence under oath during the ad hoc committee, when he gave evidence, Gerald Mkhwanazi on this very day or the next day said he recorded the whole interaction between himself and Mr. Matlala. Maybe I can ask that that be disclosed to us. That would make it very easy for us to deal with the issues. I'm sure that that evidence must be available, and I can take my client through it and we can deal with it then before yourselves. No. That's a very simple answer. You utilize...
No, Ms. van den Heever, no. The witness can say that if he wants to, and he will be engaged about that kind of response. In fact, it has happened where he has referred us to other people and he was told why that was inappropriate or that doesn't help the questions that are being asked. You let the witness answer questions, please. This is not an objection. You are not objecting.
And I'm not answering for him.
And you're not arguing a point, but